Welcome to our last show of 2023.
Today we'll see what two groups have done to bring holiday spirit to families in need.
We'll also visit with two new businesses and visit a new head coach.
All this and more on BTV.
What do you call it when you get a bunch of boys together who compete to beat a bunch of girls?
I would call it Macho Man Volleyball. 6 teams competed.
Once again, teams came together for the annual Macho Man tournament in hopes of beating the varsity volleyball girls. The stakes for the winners were big.
I mean, bragging rights first and foremost, right? Because that was going on, of course, that night. And second is you get a shot at the champs, the girls varsity team, which in the history of the school, no one has ever beaten the varsity girls team.
So with a group of 6 and a $30 registration fee, teams assembled with the high hopes.
I did it last year. I had a good time, so I got to run it back, hopefully win this year. Maybe we can beat the girls.
Being an expert on the game didn't seem to be important when game time arrived.
You have to have cool matching outfits, number one. Number two, you probably should be doing maybe a little practice and Coach Hughes boys team sports class and be ready to go for some Macho Madness volleyball.
I'd say it's a good competition, and I'm not really good at volleyball. I don't know what I'm doing, so it's fun to just, try at something you don't know what you're doing.
The varsity girls do more than just play in the final match.
We ref all the games until they're all done, and then you get to step on the court, and then you get to play the winner of the tournament.
At the end of the night, the girls' record still stood as they took down the Scott Sterling enthusiasts.
My favorite part of Macho Man is watching kids who think they're good at volleyball play volleyball, and then they match up against the girls' varsity team, and it always goes downhill from there.
This is Addie and Grayson from BTV.
The event raised $350 for the Lola Rose Scholarship.
Another organization that has been busy is Bronco Smart.
They've been working to help families in need.
For the 15th year, Bronco Smart hosted the annual freeze-out.
The freeze-out is to help communities around the Lee Summit area during the holidays if they don't have enough food for a holiday dinner or any clothes or things like that.
All 3 schools worked together with Cold Water for the event.
I think it's important to help because volunteering for specifically this event really it helps empower the community and bring people closer together. And it's really just a great thing for people to contribute to.
It's important to help Cold Water, especially now. Just we see so many more people need something from us, and it's important for us to repay our debts to the community.
The community donated several items.
We had a lot of clothes this year. I think that would be our biggest for all ages, pretty much.
Most commonly donated item was food, just because it's the cheapest.
Although the freeze-out is over, Bronco Smart has other future events planned.
We are going to do polar plunge with SAC in January. We also go to Cold Water once a month, every month. And then we are the ones who work the middle school dodgeball tournament.
This is Maudie and Emmy for BTV.
It is a season to give to others, and National Honor Society has been doing their part.
They too have been helping families in need.
The Adopt a Family program held last month raised money for Lee Summit Elementary families in need.
We try and raise money for them, and we go out and buy their gifts and what they would want or what they need for Christmas.
We're really excited about the ability to help, and again, it's just super encouraging to see how generous our community members are here at Lee Summit North and how generous the other students are.
Many students and staff participated in the charity.
So yeah, it wasn't just an NHS event, but it was NHS officers fundraising. And so anyone who saw a bucket could donate, and so each officer carried their own bucket. And it was good. We had a lot of members who weren't in NHS donating and making significant contributions.
The program has been successful.
Myself, I've raised about $150, and as an NHS chapter, we have raised around $1,000. So it's been really great seeing the support of the whole school.
NHS hopes more students will be involved next year.
Yes, I would definitely encourage other students to participate. So we finished Adopt a Family recently, but for future events, 100%, because this is one of the ways we can give back to our Lee Summit community and better somewhere close to home.
This is Max and Andrew for BTV.
It's great that so many have been helping others.
It is, and I'm sure there are several others we don't even know about.
2 new businesses have opened in the area.
Just in time for the holiday shopping.
A new pop-up store for Lululemon has recently opened at Summit Fair.
I think Summit Fair is a good location because we have a lot of new stores opening up, and I also feel like it's a good area considering how the other Lululemon stores currently are in Leawood and in Plaza.
I've heard that a lot of good things about it and that a lot of people like to shop there.
Lululemon is known for the quality of their material and their leggings.
So it's like buttery soft, and it feels like it's actually your skin, and it hugs you in a sense where it doesn't show everything, but it makes you look really nice, especially when like you're working out and everything.
Their clothes are really comfortable and they're good quality, so you'll know that they'll last you for a while.
Since the Lee Summit store is a pop-up, it's different from the others in the KC area.
So our pop-up store is kind of different. We only release like staple items, so all the seasonal items will not be at our store, it will only be online.
Not only are the clothes good quality, but so is the customer service.
Lululemon's super chill, it's super fun. I feel like everyone's has a really good like bond and energy with each other, so like the moment you walk in you're gonna automatically be helped, and everyone's like super nice and super friendly.
I think they're all friendly and they just want to help you out.
I think they're all very kind and welcoming in the store.
For the moment, Lululemon will only be at Summit Fair for a year. This is Lindley and Eli for BTV.
Emma and I recently visited another new business in the area.
This one could be pretty popular with a lot of students.
I told my husband I wanted to open a coffee shop, and he didn't say, "You're crazy," and we opened 5 months later.
The new Overboard Coffee, located in Lakewood, opened in June.
It was actually never a lifelong dream of mine. People ask me that a lot. It was actually just in January of this year that I realized that we just didn't have a dine-in coffee shop in Northeast Lee Summit.
The unique name came from being surrounded by so many lakes in the area.
When we were throwing out names, I just really liked the name Overboard. I thought that was fun and memorable.
The business has unique colors.
Not a lot of coffee places have that color scheme, and I thought it was really nice and comfortable.
For another option, coffee drinkers should consider trying Overboard.
I actually went there with friends a few weeks ago when I found out about it, and it was really fun to be with friends there.
This is Kennedy and Emma for BTV.
Bullying is an issue that is widespread in American schools, with over 20% of students having reported instances, and many more either not feeling safe or not knowing how to report. That's why on the Ellison website, you can report an anonymous tip through text, email, or phone call, allowing administrators to step in.
Winter sports are in full swing.
And girls basketball has a new leader.
After longtime head coach Trisha Lilligren retired last year, Coach Alicia Dunn from Raytown has taken over. Dunn brings with her years of experience with the game.
Played basketball when I was 5, then I started doing like really competitive like AAU stuff when I was like 9, all through high school. So basketball has just been a part of my entire life.
Dunn had very successful moments as a player.
I won 2 state titles while I was at Pembroke Hill, and then also as a player I played for a national championship my sophomore year when I was at Jefferson College. So those are definitely 2 that stand out.
Finding a replacement for Lilligren was not an easy endeavor.
It's kind of difficult. You know, you're replacing a legend. She had won a state championship, taken a couple other teams to the Final Four, but we felt like she had done such a good job that it made it an attractive position.
Dunn's success as a coach is what led her to becoming the next North head coach.
I think it's just her achievements that she made at Raytown. Bringing that program up was definitely big. It was not a great program at first when she first came, and her last year taking us to state really showed how great of a coach she is.
With Coach Dunn, she has brought a new mindset and intensity to this team.
Definitely she's very competitive, and she has a very high level of thinking. So she kind of forces all of us to be competing at a high level and to be competitive. She expects us to win.
The team started 6-0 and are off to a great start. This is Lincoln, Tyson, and Elijah for BTV.
Wrestling has also been taking it to the mats.
And although not many students know it, we do have a girls team.
For the past several years, girls wrestling has been growing, not just at the national level, but also locally.
The girls wrestling thing has been evolving for a long time. Girls, it's awesome that girls just wrestle girls now.
I was 15 and my old school, the girls team needed to be formed and we only had one girl, so I signed up.
Being a female wrestler has its challenges.
There's a lot less people for us to practice with since it's a lot smaller sport for females. And for females, there's not as much brute strength because we're just not as strong. We also have an issue with not as many girls having experience. So you kind of get you can have some girls who've been wrestling since they were 4 years old, and then she's going up against someone who's their first year, and the pool is just not that big.
It's not easy. You got to come out, you got to work hard, you got to persevere, you got to endure, but what you get out of it is, lessons in life that you can't learn anywhere else besides on the mat.
What the girls learn at this level will be used in the future.
Yeah, so in college it's a little different. It's called freestyle wrestling, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm scheduled to go to Davenport University and wrestle D2.
And for girls wrestling, there's a ton of scholarships out there and a ton of schools that are adding girls wrestling at the university level. It's a great way to help pay for college.
This is Laura Yellow Horse for BTV.
Other groups that have recently competed are the film and broadcasting classes.
They attended the annual Academy of Scholastic Broadcasting 4-state conference.
Students from the broadcast and film classes attended the annual 4-state conference held in Springfield on the Missouri State University campus.
It involves students from different schools around those states picking prompts or competitions that they want to compete in, such as music video, where they give you music and you have to make a music video for the song.
The 18 students who attended participated in a variety of 23 different contests.
My favorite event was the 5-second film challenge, honestly because I got to work with the 3 best friends that I made on the trip.
Favorite event was the cinematographer's challenge. We got to go down there and just kind of walk around the university campus and really film whatever we thought was interesting and get some creative shots. So yeah.
All of the students made new friends and great memories.
I made friends 5 minutes before we traveled, went on the bus. So I didn't have to sit with some random person that I didn't know. So it was a lot of fun.
They were airing showings of different projects in the movie theater, and we all got to watch it with all the other competitors. It was really cool.
The students came home with 4 trophies.
Won the 76-hour challenge for making a short film, and it was stop-motion animation, and it was about these 2 crayons.
They enjoyed all of the events.
I might be biased, but ours stop-motion 76-hour challenge, it was about crayons falling in love and having children. That one was a lot of fun.
The controlled chaos was so much fun.
This is Samuel for BTV.
December is National Impaired Driver Prevention Month.
It is something we all need to be aware of, whether or not we are drivers.
With the holiday season right around the corner, many people will celebrate. But due to impaired driving, this season will be dampened for others.
I've not always been a teacher, so my first career was actually in the coroner's office, and we saw a lot of impaired driving.
And I think that it's something that should be taken very seriously because anyone on the road is subject to your mistake.
Traffic Officer Eric Fahler with the Lee Summit Police Department has seen the direct results of impaired driving.
Roughly 18,000 kids from pre-K to senior year in the Lee Summit School District. Say in 1 year, every single kid in the school district died in the same manner. What do you think the nation, the country, and the world would do about it? I mean, they'd be up in arms trying to stop whatever it is. And then you take that same thing and you do it every single year. That is what DDBI does. DDBI fatalities kill on average 18 to 19,000 people every single year in the United States alone.
The goal of the police department is to lower the death rate.
The more awareness we can get to people to show, hey, this is a real thing, this does happen, it happens here in Lee Summit. Hopefully we can start bringing these deaths down.
There are some things people can do to try and keep themselves and others safe.
If you know a family member and has overdone it and you are a safe driver, offer to take them home. Be that ride. If you are with family members and they're your ride, pay for an Uber.
Drivers need to also take precautions, especially during the holiday season when DWIs are in the increase.
If you have a green light going through an intersection, still look other ways. See if somebody is coming through that might not be paying attention or impaired.
This is Nick and Daniel for BTV.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are two of the most dangerous days of the year.
That's right. So everyone needs to be extra vigilant on those nights. Or better yet, don't drive at all. That's all for this show. I'm Grayson.
And I'm Kennedy for BTV.
Happy holidays!